There's a point in every emotional pattern where you start to realize something uncomfortable. You can understand people deeply, but still be completely misaligned with them. And I think a lot of us get stuck in that space where understanding becomes tolerance. We start explaining people instead of evaluating them. We say things like, they're just bad at communication. They've been hurt before. They care, they just show it differently. And some of that might even be true. But here's the question nobody asks. At what point does understanding someone start costing you yourself? Because we've talked about love being a verb. We've talked about loyalty turning into self-abandonment. We've talked about attention being mistaken for value. We've talked about communication being inconsistent, even when people say they value it. So if we put all that together, the final layer is this. Reciprocity is the only proof that anything is real. Not intensity, not potential, not history, not emotional highs. Reciprocity. Because reciprocity is the pattern that over time says, I see you, I choose you, I match you. And when that's missing, what we usually do is fill the gaps with meaning. We become translators for people who never actually clarified anything. We start calling confusion depth. We start calling inconsistency fear. We start calling absence space. But real connection doesn't require constant decoding. Real connection is recognizable. It may not be perfect, but it's clear. And clarity is something that we highly underestimate because clarity doesn't always feel exciting. It feels steady, predictable, and sometimes less intense. But intensity without reciprocity is not connection. It's emotional volatility with attachment hooks. And this is where people get stuck. They confuse being activated with being chosen. They confuse attention with alignment. They confuse emotional spikes with emotional safety. But the nervous system will lie to you before reality does. So eventually, you have to shift the question from, do they care about me? To, do they consistently show up in a way that makes me feel secure, respected, and met? Because care without consistency, it just becomes confusion. And confusion is not a foundation. It's a warning signal that you keep trying to decorate. And I think the final truth about everything we've been talking about is this. You do not have to hate people to choose distance. You do not have to villainize someone to notice incompatibility. You don't have to prove someone is bad in order to admit that they don't align. Sometimes the most mature thing you can do is stop trying to interpret someone into being consistent and accept the consistency they're already showing you. Because reciprocity is not something you hope for. It's something you observe. And if it's not there, then the truth is already there too. You are just deciding whether or not to believe it. I love you all. Stay golden. You guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.